Hello students, hope you are enjoying e-learning and today we are going to learn two topics. First we will learn maintenance of personal and public hygiene and secondly we will learn innate immunity. Till that, in previous 4 lectures you have learned about diseases. Which type of diseases are there, which type of causative agents are there, maybe bacteria, viruses, fungus, worms, protozoa, all are the causative agents of the disease. Okay, and you have already learned about diagnostic, how they can be treated. So now in this lecture we will learn how we can protect ourselves from such type of pathogens. Okay, we can protect ourselves, our public hygiene also we can maintain. Okay, and by doing this we can protect ourselves from such type of diseases. So let me understand, maintenance of personal and public hygiene is very important because it is said that precaution is always better than the cure. Okay, so prevention and control of many infectious diseases is possible by maintaining some personal and public hygiene. So let me understand, measures for personal hygiene include keeping the body clean. Early morning, you know very well we are bathing. Okay, we take the bath. Okay, brushing our teeth, then hand wash after some time. Okay, means taking food, after taking food, before taking food, after toilet and etc. Okay, so this is the keeping the body clean. So by this way you can maintain your health and you can maintain your diseases also. Means disease cannot be spread by this way. Okay, and your body can be protected by the diseases. Now next, consumption of a clean and drinking water. Clean drinking water, food and vegetables and fruits. Okay, if you are taking clean water, food and vegetable, as you know very well, some diseases can spread through water and the food. Okay, so if your food and water both are healthy, okay, clean, and consume that clean food and water, is no more chance to get the diseases. So this is very important to maintain the public health and our personal health. Public hygiene include proper disposal of waste and excrete. Estuary products and the waste are responsible for spreading diseases, and that's why it is very important to maintain such type of waste disposal type of maintenance. Now, periodic cleaning and disinfection of water reservoir, because water can be a reservoir or contaminated with the pathogens, and that's why it is very important to disinfect that. Okay, so to kill the pathogenic bacteria or viruses in them. Then pools, cesspools, then tanks, observing stands. Okay, practices the hygiene public catering. Means public catering must be hygienic. Okay, so by this keeping all these features or all these criteria keep in mind, okay, we can maintain our health and public health. Now you can see these measures are particularly essential where the infectious agents are transmitted through food and water. So here whatever is written, here you can see a body cleaning, then cleaning of drinking water, food, vegetables. Okay, public hygiene including waste disposal and excretory disposal, then periodic cleaning, disinfection of water. This all listed over here is very important for maintaining the, or we can say, means break the channels. Okay, break the channels of infectious diseases which are spreaded or transmitted by food and water. Such an example of such a diseases which can be spreaded through food and water, maybe typhoid, amoebiasis and escheriasis. So by keeping these in mind, okay, you can maintain yourself, means you can precautionary steps, this all are. Okay, so you can maintain your body and even you can protect yourself from typhoid, amoebiasis, all the precautions which we have already discussed in previous slides. So that all the precautions are for the food and waterborne diseases. If disease is airborne, so at that time we have to take some extra precautions, such as in case of pneumonia and common cold. So in case of airborne diseases, we have to avoid a close contact. Means suppose we are handshaking and all that, so handshaking may transmit the disease. Is a case in the coronaviruses. Okay, so handshakes can transmit the disease, but instead of handshake, we can do this. As you have learned in previous lectures that some diseases are the disease which can transmit through some vectors. Okay, like flies and mosquito. So in that particular disease, you have to take some extra precautions. Let me discuss that precautions for diseases such as malaria and filariasis, which may be transmitted through a mosquito. Okay, and some diseases like amoebiasis that may be transmitted through flies. The most important measure is to control or eliminate the vector and their breeding places. Okay, maybe breeding places, maybe stagnant water. You can see here these stagnant waters are filled in which mosquito maybe keep their eggs. Okay, so mosquito may keep their eggs inside that stagnant water, and that time they will develop into a fully adult mosquito, and they may be responsible for spreading the disease. So we have to avoid such a stagnant water, and sometime cleaning of a household coolers, because coolers are also found to be a means very importantly spreading in the disease, means especially egg of the mosquito can be developed in such a acids, okay, in air coolers, and that's why they are also must be precautionary taken, means precautions must be taken, and we have to clean the acids frequently. Okay, mosquito nets are also important. They can protect ourselves from the mosquito. Okay, then introducing fishes like gambusia. As you know very well, gambusia fish can fed on the mosquito larva, and they will eat all the mosquito larva in the water. And by using this type of fish, you can avoid any type of mosquito related spreading. So gambusia is very important. Then spraying of insecticide in the ditches and drainage, all the places where water, open water body is there. So you can avoid egg production or egg related development of the mosquito. Then in addition to doors and windows should be provided with wire mesh, from the windows and doors, mosquito can come inside the home. And if your windows and doors are protected with this wire mesh, the mosquito cannot enter in your home. So by this way, you can protect yourself from the mosquito. Such precaution have become all the most means more important, especially in the light of recent widespread, means nearly we have faced the spreading of dengue and chikungunya, means dengue and chikungunya which is spreaded through a vector borne disease, that is Aedes aegypti mosquito, that is Aedes aegypti mosquito. So by Aedes aegypti mosquito, it can be, means dengue and chikungunya can be spreaded. So this may be very important features, means these all the precautions are very important to protect ourselves from such diseases which are spread through insect vectors. Developing science, and that's why by using such advancement, some researches in biological sciences, we have armed with the effectively deal with the many infectious diseases. So we can easily deal with these infectious diseases. The use of vaccine and immunization program have enabled us to completely eradicate a deadly disease like smallpox in past. Okay, a large number of other infectious diseases like polio, diphtheria, pneumonia, tetanus have been controlled to a large extent by the use of vaccines. So nowadays we are very much powerful to fight with this such disease, so fight with the pathogens. Biotechnology, which we will learn in chapter number 11 and 12 in 12 science, then biotechnology is also verged to making available newer and safer vaccines. Okay, that is also very much improving science. Then discovery of antibiotics and various other drugs has also enabled us to effectively treat the infectious disease. So discovery of antibiotic is a boon for the this type of diseases. Okay, so we can easily protect ourselves by using antibiotic, or even we can treat ourselves by using antibiotic from very much harsh diseases. Up to this, whatever we have learned is all about precautions, what we can do for protecting ourselves from harmful diseases. But now we will discuss one natural phenomena which already present in our body, that is a naturally fight against the pathogen. Okay, and that is called innate immunity, or broadly it is called immunity. Okay, so let me understand what is the immunity. Every day we are exposed to the large number of infectious diseases. Every day in our atmosphere there are so many bacteria, maybe viruses, maybe fungus, so many pathogens are present in our environment. However, only few of these exposure result in the disease, means all the time we don't get the disease. Okay, because our body have its own powerful mechanism to fight against such a pathogen. So all the time when we expose to the bacteria, expose to the viruses, that doesn't mean we will get the diseases, because our own immune system will fight against that. And when that immune system fail to fight, at that time only we get the diseases. Okay, and that ability to fight against pathogen is called immunity. That is a natural phenomenon, natural ability found in human body is able to defend itself from most of these foreign particles, foreign agents. Okay, these overall ability of the host to fight the disease causing organism, that is called pathogen, conferred by the immune system, is called immunity. So for the immunity we have an immune system, just like a respiratory system, just like a digestive system, we have our immunity system or immune system, which will protect us from the foreign particles like pathogens. Okay, so they will fight in between, and that's why we have rare chances to get the disease. Okay, whenever our immune system fail to fight, at that time only we will get the diseases. Now let me understand in detail what are the types of the immunity. Immunity can be divided into two types. Okay, immunity in any person which are born are having a two type of immunity. First is the innate immunity, which we get from the birth. Okay, by birth we will get that. Then second one is acquired, which we will develop after birth. Okay, so two type of immunity is there, innate immunity and acquired immunity. So in today's lecture, we will discuss only about innate immunity. So let me understand about innate immunity. What is innate immunity? Innate immunity is a non-specific. The word it is given non-specific. That means any harmful pathogen enters in our body, they will react. Means innate immunity will react same. Okay, means they have no specificity for each diseases or each pathogens. So non-specific type of defense that is present in at the time of the birth. Means from birth we have it is. This is accomplished by providing different type of barriers. So we will discuss about the barriers. There are four type of barriers. Entry of the foreign agents in our body. Innate immunity consists of four types of barriers, and these include physical barrier, second is the physiological barrier, cellular barrier, and cytokine barrier. So we will discuss one by one in detail. To cause the disease inside the human, pathogen must be enter, means pathogen have to enter inside the human body. Okay, but before they enter in human body, they have to pass from the barriers. So barriers are like watchmen. Okay, means watchmen will protect ourselves from the that type of bacteria to enter inside. Okay, means this is a physical barrier. So first of all, we will discuss about skin. So skin is our largest organ which included into as a physical barrier. So skin will be protect ourselves from the entry of the any pathogen. So skin on our body is a main barrier which prevent entry of the microorganism. So even microorganism that is included bacteria, pathogens that is viruses, worms that cannot enter inside the body just due to a skin. Okay, the skin is very large barrier which will prevent entry of the pathogens. So this is very important physical barrier. Second is the mucus. So in our soft tissues, there is a lining, means our inner body, there is a lining or any entry part, entry site of the body having a mucus layer. And this mucus layer is sticky. So coating of epithelial lining in the respiratory system or gastrointestinal system, urogenital tracts, okay, all help in trapping microbes entering our body. So they will trap over there, means mucus will trap there only, and that pathogens cannot enter in inner side of the body. And that's why mucus is also very important physical barrier. So two physical barriers are there, skin and the mucus. Means these two powerful watchmen are there which will protect ourselves from the pathogens. Now second is a physiological barrier. Betterly we can say that these physiological barriers are chemical barriers. So chemicals which are secreted in our body. So first is the acid. As you know, our stomach is secreting the acids. So when you take the food, you consume the food, at that time your food will get inside the stomach. And stomach is filled with the acid. That is a acid which will protect your cell from the harmful bacteria. So when the food which have some bacteria or viruses inside them will be killed out. Okay, so acid is very important, a physiological barrier. Second is the saliva. As you have learned in standard 11, that saliva will have lysozyme as their component, and lysozyme have a bactericidal activity, means they can kill the bacteria whichever enter in our mouth. Okay, so saliva is very important bactericidal activity having a component, and that's why they are acting as a physiological barrier. Second is the tear. So tear is also very important watchmans. Okay, so they are also helping us from the entry of the any disease causing organism inside our body. So tear from eyes will prevent microbial growth. So they have also some chemicals that cannot means allow the organism to enter in our body. So these are two very important barriers, physical barrier and so now let me discuss about third barrier, third watchman, and that is cellular barrier, in which cells are participating, and that's why cellular barrier name is given. Certain type of leukocytes, mainly such cellular barriers are leukocytes. Okay, so WBC are considered as soldiers of our body. So certain types of leukocytes of our body, like polymorphonuclear leukocyte, that is called PMNL, then monocytes, then nature killer cell, that is also called NK cells in our blood, and in our tissues there is a macrophage. These all type of WBC are very important soldiers of our body, and that are participants of a cellular barrier. Okay, so they will protect ourselves from the harmful diseases and pathogens. So in this slide, you can see there are many types of WBC that can be divided into three groups: granulocytes, in which granules are found, then monocytes and lymphocytes. So these all are the fighting agents, means cellular barriers which will fight against the harmful pathogen. And these all type of WBC have its own significant and specific function. Okay, so granulocyte may include a neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil. Then monocyte are the largest, we can say, largest sized WBC, and then can be two types: macrophages and dendritic cells. Okay, and then lymphocyte can be divided into B cells and T cells. These B cells are very much important for the acquired immunity. So all rest of other cells are very important for the cellular, as a cellular barrier. Okay, so white blood cell have its own brigade for fighting against the pathogen. Now let me discuss about cytokine barrier. So that is the fourth barrier. Okay, fourth watchman. When virus infection is there, at that time, when virus enters in our cell, at that time our cell itself will produce some chemicals, and that particular chemicals are called interferon. So if interferon related secretions are there, such is called a cytokine barrier. So virus infected cells secrete a protein called interferon, which protect non-infected cell from further viral infection. You can see here, this is the cell in which virus is entered, and at that time interferon is produced inside the cell. So this interferon will be released from that particular cell which is already infected, and that particular cytokines, you can see, migrate towards the healthy cell. And if healthy cell get interferon before the attack of the virus, so that particular cell will now not infected with the virus, and they are protected. So by this way, this cytokine barrier will be work. So this is the homework for today's lecture. From today we are starting our homework. So write down in your notebook and submit that. In next lecture we will learn acquired immunity. Until that, goodbye.